Welcome to Say It With Your Chest, motherfucker, where we ain't scared to say shit. Fake the show where we talk about it all. With my boy Vic, all the latest news and topics and some real ass guests. On here, you ain't gotta hold shit back. Say it with your chest.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Vic at night, bringing y'all the video edition of Say It With Your Chest. Got my boy Chef with me.
What's happening?
Today we got a couple of topics for y'all, man. We're gonna talk about Diddy. He just got his verdict last week. We're gonna talk about this topic that we had posted on Facebook that was getting a lot of comments on it. Where it says men put love first in relationships and women put themselves first. We're gonna talk about Calvin Russell, Miami Northwestern five-star that committed to Syracuse last night. We're gonna give a shout out to Angel Reese. And we're gonna talk about the new era of college football with this salary cap. What's up, y'all? Goddamn P. Diddy last week got some news, some good news and some bad news. More good news than bad news though, because he got off on 3 of the more serious charges, the racketeering and 2 of the sex trafficking charges. And he basically got hit with prostitution and Mann
Act.
And the Mann Act. Man, we gonna enlighten y'all a little bit on this Mann Act, man, especially a lot of y'all young kids. And at first I was gonna say like towards athletes and like rappers and stuff like this, but all goddamn young kids, especially young black dudes, need to know about this shit. Like, period. I'm gonna let my man Chef break it down to y'all because he researched it a little bit. He basically brought the shit to my life.
Yeah, the Mann Act. It was 1911.
I think
1911. It was established in 1911, and it was a law that was put in for people who were called the undesirables, meaning that black men and men who had over the left review political views, and the law was,
and basically, not to cut you off, political views basically meaning Democrats,
right? So the law was initially put in for Chuck Berry, Jack Johnson, a big boxer. They all like light-skinned, fair-skinned white women, and the law was pretty much put in for those guys. And it wasn't even prostitution. All it was any extramarital sex or sexual premarital sex. It wasn't even prostitution, but that was the law. If it was violated and you were considered undesirable, you was going to jail.
And that's basically why Diddy got caught on the other 2.
So like we say, are they trying to consider Cassie and Jane Doe white women?
At the end of the day, shit, they ain't black women.
They ain't dark-skinned women. Cassie, exactly. She might say she got a little black in a little bit down the line, but you know when it's time to stick with your race, when it's time to choose side, she gonna choose side pretty much. So, but yeah, man, you gotta be careful of that, fellas.
Yeah, definitely.
Mess with dark-skinned women. What's wrong with dark-skinned women, man?
Yeah, hey, if y'all ain't think that shit was serious before, y'all better pay attention now. Because the crazy part is, and this don't mean go around goddamn shitting on our sisters. Because if it happened to be a black woman, it wouldn't even been the case. He wouldn't have been in trouble because go read it, look it up. The law was put in place to protect white women from basically fucking interracial relationships. It had to be no money exchange, no money made. The sex could have been consensual and all. But once it became black and white, crossing state lines, and Jack Johnson actually, he didn't send for nobody. Right. His woman was traveling with him.
They traveled with him.
So y'all wake up, man.
Y'all leave the white women alone, man.
Not saying they can't be your friends. Y'all better start having relations with them.
Well, we're gonna say don't date them. We're gonna say be careful.
In all honesty, man, with this that just happened with Diddy, what just happened with Diddy, because both of them came out said they was dating him. Shit, Jane Doe even said everything. Like shit, that was my boyfriend. Like
Right.
yeah, I wasn't happy with some of the stuff. That was my dude. I did what I did to make him happy. It don't even make no sense to date him because you can still find yourself in this situation.
Right.
All y'all who been locked into the social medias, engaging with the pictures and the content that I post on there. It was a post that just recently got posted on there. It wasn't my feelings. It wasn't nobody on the panel feelings. It just was a post. We post random stuff that we think can get a lot of feedback. And this post definitely got a lot of feedback. The topic was men put love first in relationships while women put themselves first. What you think about that, Chef?
I think I won't say all women do. I think some women prioritize a good partnership. So we ain't gonna say all women. We gonna
Right.
say some women. I know some. I know I can tell you a lot of dudes ain't going around saying I need a rich woman. She got to have 7 figures. She can't. We don't come with a big list of of what we want you to be.
That's
We come with genuine. I'm looking for a partner. I'm looking for something solid, something I can respect and treat right. As if we don't come with all the he got to take me there, he got to take me to we don't come with that. I can say that, and you hear it a lot from our women more than the men. So I would say we do we rather cherish a relationship and actually the core values of a relationship. I think we don't get a lot of credit for as men.
I mean, I can feel you on that. I can feel you on that. For the topic itself, I think it's not a gender specific thing. I think it's more of a people person thing. You just got some people that's just stuck in their fucking ways.
Yeah.
That's just gonna do what they want to do, gonna
Right.
put themselves first.
And they can't help it. Sometimes they just can't help it. So
Right.
like you said, it all depends on what you wouldn't accept as a partner, you know what I'm saying, and what you want to deal with. So
And I think there's a lot of shit out here, man. Like just fathers on social media and content that's being put out here. Like I said, because I really haven't sat amongst the groups of motherfuckers who I actually heard this come out their mouth in real life as far as this what they looking for and that's what they looking for. I'm hearing it more on these social media posts and the content, but I do think I know the effect that can have on motherfuckers and they start feeding to their head
right.
and they start living by that shit.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, men just want feminine, fine, and black. That's it. We want soft women, and I don't think no man want to be arguing with their partner, going back and forth, or it's a lot of stuff they spewing out there, and it's creating division amongst us because it's the most popular thing that everybody talking about.
The most popular thing.
I remember then you listen to a Betty White song, and Betty White, she say when Charlie was going through the breakup, they got the gathering and they brought everybody together to get them back together. We miss the days of the when women really was singing in love, and it's like women they the new they trying to be the new men now. So most women, not all women.
But like I say, and this just from being real, like Stan being around the trenches of like where this shit really at. Like to their credit, bro, like real shit. It's a lot of the shit that kind of it's a lot of niggas just laying down, just on some sorry shit too, bro.
It is. I mean,
like you said, more women painting the fucking house and washing the cars now.
Right.
With a nigga in the house, not just single women. Like this shit crazy. So it goes both ways. Like I say, that's not all men. That's not all women. I think it's more of a people person. What type of person that person is.
Right. Everybody relationship different.
Everybody relationship different.
So don't apply. These are just our opinions, and we're not saying that we're relationship experts.
And we'll love a woman to come on the show or even give feedback on this right here.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Give us some topic. Let the men know how y'all feel. Men, come on here. Let women know how y'all feel. And stop always turning shit to an argument. And let's learn how to come to an agreement. Miami Northwestern Bulls. Shout out to them boys. Last night, their top recruit for 2026. 5-star Kyler Russell. Shocked a lot of people. For me and my man, though, we knew this shit.
And we ain't had no inside sources.
No inside. This is something we know from knowing. It just made all the sense in the world.
Right. Good decision.
He committed to Syracuse. Congrats, Kyler, man. Way to pick your own path. Way to be different. And I think, like we say, way to be smart. This shit just made all the sense in the world for us as far as what you do, as far as being a two-sport athlete and really being able to play basketball and can play that shit at a high level. I was feeling Syracuse, but me and Chef was on the phone. He said something to me, and he called me and said that and hung up the phone. I'm thinking this motherfucker had some inside or something. And then I thought about that shit for like 5 seconds. Called him back like, yeah, that nigga's going to Syracuse.
He going to Syracuse. He going to Syracuse.
Tell me what you said that basically brought the light to me.
I mean, like they say, that's the city, that's the big city. They say in Miami you can be whoever you want to be, but in New York you that man. And that New York market with a Carmelo Anthony and Cayenne Anthony relationship, or we don't know what the relationship will be. That will make all the sense for him, being that he is a basketball player. Man. He is not a football player playing basketball, but this kid can actually play.
Man, this motherfucker is a well-rounded kid with an athletic background. Mama was an All-American and played a little bit in the league back in her days. Goddamn, he's a well-rounded kid, but on the court and on the field, like I said in one of the previous shows on the podcast, he's a nigga. And that's what you want out there. You want a motherfucking nigga. And when he said the shit for this, man, this kid gonna be able to actually work out. He was like, because I kept telling him how good he is at basketball. He's like, man, so if he that good at basketball and he got a chance to go to Syracuse and be with Cayenne Anthony and work out, have workouts with Carmelo and shit like this, like, there's no way he turning that down. And I hung up the phone.
Yeah.
I sat there, I thought about that shit. I'm like, well, you just said some shit, because it ain't no other school that's out there recruiting him can do that for him.
Right.
All of Syracuse probably can put him in the best position out of all the schools who's recruiting him to play now.
Right.
In football.
In football and basketball.
And in basketball, this kid,
he can go out there and play.
I always said, if he got the training that that all these other kids are getting as basketball players, he will be fucking 5-star basketball. Now this the first time none of these other schools can put him in training with Carmelo, who's friends with LeBron, Giannis, and these guys are working out on a regular, just open runs.
Open runs. They get invited to all the open runs. He gonna be getting invited to the play-in.
This kid gonna be a part of this shit now.
Right. And then he gonna have another decision to make, because even on the football field with Fran Brown, they just we had a wide receiver from South Florida area that just got drafted, Gaston. Ronnie Gaston, son. So he had an opportunity to shine and play for 3 years as a freshman and contribute to the program. We got the kid from Northwestern that's there. He contributed and played as a freshman. So it's a good opportunity for him to contribute both on the football field, almost having the same decision as Charlie Ward did back in the early 90s.
Man, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I mean, like they say, basketball money, that's guaranteed.
Facts.
Guaranteed. And it's a lot of money in that. A mid-level guy can command $30 million.
Man.
You can see, and then a high-level guy from 40 to 70 now. So it's a lot of money.
You're talking about NIL on the basketball and the football side.
Man. He got a decision to make, period.
This kid gonna be playing in the fucking garden. He's gonna
be playing in the garden. He's gonna be playing in the garden.
Congrats, Cal, man. Shout out to you and your family.
That's all.
Oh. While we on the basketball side, shout out to my dog Angel Reese, man. Last week, player of the week, and just earlier today, it's confirmed she made her second All-Star game, y'all. All
right, she been hitting her stride this last week. So I still personally would like to see her work on her real game, her face-up game, her mid-range game. Now they playing a lot through through these last few games, she was able to put up some real big numbers, triple doubles, and had a few
Yeah.
double games. It was always a part of her game, but bully ball is her nature, and I would like to see her get to the finesse, the pull up, face up. You know what I'm saying? To be more of a threat.
I think it'll come because she had a little bit of a jump shot when she was at LSU. It's just more of her getting comfortable.
Yeah.
And it looked like, I say, over the last week, it looked like you could definitely tell she's been in somebody training facility.
Right. And she's been studying film.
Right.
With she's really been committing herself. She's
handing the ball off and creating screens for her teammates to get shots. She's finding cutters coming to the basket, not understanding, not trying to force shit through the double team. And I think she'll end up getting a jumper by continuing to play bully ball and get to the free throw line. Because right now, this year she probably could finish it out with the Dwight Howard Shaq type game. But like you say, with the women's game, you probably do need more of than been just bully ball, unless she can continue to become a more dangerous passer. Because now, with her passing, how she been passing over the last week and a half, she turned into like a Jokic type player.
Yeah.
Like, as far as now, it's going to be hard to double team her. Now, bully ball becomes real dangerous.
Right. And you know, it's part of the game. I mean, because when you get in the schemes and you put bigger defenders on her, then it'll eventually wear on her. So now she's gonna have to find ways to figure out how to be effective, like you said, and be efficient during the game. But she's making her teammates better. She she making the girls around her a lot better. She got winning pedigree.
Right.
You know, so that's what we did know about her. Just a lot more of the skill set. I want to see a lot more evolved from her game.
And over the last week, just being real, Angie, my boy, tell you, I'm probably your biggest fucking fan in the world. That you don't know about.
Yeah.
But another thing that I'm noticing, like just being real, your teammates starting to believe in you more because of like the more the stuff you're doing with your game over the last week and a half as far as this pass and actually got your head up looking for the pass. Like, just continuing to evolve, man. I'm here with you, dog. College football about to enter a new era, y'all. Salary cap era. Something we've been waiting on because NIL kind of was all over the place. And the teams that we've been seeing in the playoffs, I don't think we was going to see. We'll probably see a Boise every now and then, but it was going to be hard for them to do that again. That's the teams we was going to be seeing unless they put something in place to kind of control this shit. Now they got the salary cap in place. The kind of and the collective got nothing to do with the salary cap. Whatever you're going to do with the collective now, it got to be legitimate. And y'all going to be getting watched harder than fucking dope dealers because dope dealers got to $9,999. They got to get to $10,000 before motherfuckers start raising the eye on them. Y'all every deal that hits $600, y'all gonna have a microscope on y'all. So with the salary cap in play now, $20.5 million for every athletic program, but that's split up over all athletic departments. But we know the bulk football is probably gonna get 70% of the budget because
it's more players.
And at the end of the day, at mostly all schools besides like a Georgetown whose football team is Division 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
Football brings in a bulk of the money. What you think about salary cap?
I think it's needed. It was needed to somewhat level the playing field for those teams who might lose a guy to the transfer portal, and you might lose your star guy, a guy that you depended on to win this year, and you thinking as a coach like this is my guy, this is my team, my year, and I lose him for nothing. Now, for them to be able to recoup something from the transfer portal, and now with the salary cap where you can place market on guys and you know how to distribute the money.
Right.
It's pretty much an NFL junior now where you got to really be a GM and know how much money you're allocating and how much you're going over the cap or where you at the cap.
Right. And another thing, because I remember we me and you, we talk about this transfer portal shit all the time. It got its goods, it got its plus. And one thing that both of us you really didn't like it. That like you say, a school like a fucking FAU or Kent State, some shit like that, may lose their best player to Miami or Alabama or
Right.
some shit, and when he lose them, it's just gone.
It's
we
gone.
get nothing back.
We get nothing in return.
Something I heard from one of my agent friends who dealing with this shit, and he's been dealing with the NIL, and now he's looking over these contracts now.
Right.
Something that's being put in place now with the contracts, they're actually signing legitimate deals. Like the deals are 2 years, 3 years, or it's going through the length of where the kid can enter the portal.
Right.
Meaning, if anything if anything could possibly happen, now we're talking about possible buyouts.
Buyouts.
And now with the buyout most likely got to be done from your salary cap. So and now, for instance, just say for instance, you at Kent State. Everybody got the same salary cap, like I say. Now, how they allocate the money is on them. But I may be the head coach at Kent State, and you may be my quarterback. You done had a hell of a year, and you got eyes on you.
Right.
Like a fucking Diego Pavia or something.
Right.
But like I say, we got the same salary cap. I can lock you up right now for $2 million. And you may be fine with that because shit, you love it. You love the culture. We the first motherfuckers that believed in you.
Right.
And $2 million is fine for you.
Right.
Now, Texas may want to come and say they want to give you $4 million. But now, since you signed under contract, you
Right.
got to buy out that $2 million.
But that's what
and give them
happens.
$4 million.
That's what they do with coaches, though. So
Facts.
coaches got the same thing. They have the same thing in place for them to buy. But like you say, that team, they get to walk away with nothing. They lose and they walk away with nothing out the deal. I think with the buyout, what it does, it compensates that team and it make that school have to go in the room and be like, "Is this our guy we finna give $4 million to?" So,
because in our actuality, we give him $6 million.
Right, because we gotta buy it as well. Yeah, the same thing. So it's like now it ain't no we just running the portal now. We could just jump in the portal and go where we want, or we got this. We know we got this opportunity there. Now, if I'm LSU, I'm like, do we really want to take this guy? This guy, somebody who we were losing money now, and it's affecting our cap. So yeah, it's different now. We're in a new age of college football, and it's good. And we're gonna do the playoffs. It should bring some parity amongst the teams. I still think the upper echelon team is gonna still be the upper echelon because of the tradition and the history of their programs. But we should see from 6 to maybe 12 team in a playoff race a little bit little different now.
Right.
Should be a little different.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, like and another thing we said, what they was trying to do with the NIL, Tennessee quarterback. Okay, they cost a best $4 million. I want y'all motherfuckers to give me $5 million.
Right? Can you afford me? Can you give me that?
It's actually now what they were trying to do, and that's what I was telling them back then. Like they fucking the game up. Somebody gonna end up getting fired because they're basically. We know that NIL was being paid for play. You feel me?
Right.
But they was basically showing it by trying to. Oh, they paying that on me. That's not how NIL is supposed to be.
But them boys.
But now with the salary cap, they can actually set market value. Now he would have had a legitimate fight.
Right, because he could have. But that was the fight. It was still a fight, though.
Like I said,
it was still a fight with the NIL. Because once he saw that Bet got $4 million. He said, "Well, I should get 5."
It's true.
So he just set the market.
It's true, but like I say, at that time, we know what it was. But at that time, as Josh Heupel, bro, I'm not finna give you 5. Even though I know, and this is what I was telling people, they are crazy if they think Josh Heupel didn't want to give it to him.
But can the cap afford him? Because that's what it is.
No, but with the NIL, he couldn't. He couldn't because now it's legitimately. These motherfuckers can fire me because now it was basically known to the nation. We paid this motherfucker more because this kid over here is getting more. And like I say, that he could have went behind the tape, behind doors, and got that shit done. And honestly,
but did they want to give it to him? That's what I'm saying.
Man, you gotta be crazy if they
ain't give it to him. But this a kicker though.
Because you can't. Like I say, once you get out there, bro, you can't because now your job in jeopardy. It's like y'all motherfuckers paying. Y'all saying it's NIL, but it's paid for play.
We know that's exactly what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
Exactly what
but that's why they had to come in with this shit fast, bro. Because
but it made sense though.
Ugly.
It made sense though because that's what it. But it needed though a salary cap and payment. The only sport that don't got a salary cap is baseball. They can pay their players whatever they want. This right here, you gotta be able to. You got 117 Division I teams,
Right.
and you trying to make it as competitive as possible and
College
give
definitely
everybody
make money.
opportunity to get into those playoff bowl games, and even the New Year's Eve day bowl games.
Right.
You know that where the school and the conference they recoup a lot of money. So to give it some parity amongst the playing field, it did help. But it's going back to the quarterback from Tennessee. So he's at UCLA. Is he getting $5 million from UCLA?
Probably is.
He think he get $5
Probably
million?
is.
Well, then it worked
He
out for
probably is
him.
because he better be getting $5 million.
He better be getting $5
I
million.
know for a fact the motherfucking taxes in California
Oh
is different
yeah,
from Tennessee.
yeah. You got state and federal
Even if
taxes,
he
buddy.
is getting $5 million at UCLA, he's
Yeah,
getting the
yeah.
same shit he was getting
Yeah,
at Tennessee
Tennessee.
after taxes.
Right. Right.
That's why they trying to flip it.
Hey,
It was
but he did something. He set a market, and y'all players and the players, y'all should get a union, and y'all should
That's
be able
what-
to get a
that's
kind of
what
player,
they
player.
that's what it's become, a little
Yeah,
CBA. or something.
yeah. So y'all can make sure y'all setting the deals that's in y'all favor in every 10 years.
And right now, it's gonna seem like it's for nothing because they put this shit in place for 10 years. But man, go ahead and start working on the shit now, so y'all can kick down the door for the niggas for the next 10
Right.
years. You
Right.
always gotta start somewhere.
Right.
That's it, y'all. That's the first video show for y'all. Say it with your chest. Y'all remember, go engage on the social medias. On Twitter, say it _ WYHS. Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, say it with your chest _
Davin, what guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
What the hell? Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
Diggs is the guy.
At least I should date my sister Diggs. 100%.
Why Diggs?
Man. No.
He's crazy.
He's not a guy that you want to bring home to your parents.
He talks a lot,
Outrageous. Don't know what he's gonna say.
and I don't like him.
We're going to leave it like that. No.
Just don't know what to expect every day.
It's like you don't want your sister to bring him home to your parents, so therefore she can't date him.
He couldn't date my sister.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister? And I might add, you're starting to be the runaway favorite for this.
Would nobody want me to date his sister? I'm a great guy. I'm actually a great guy.
There's actually seems to be a few guys that don't think that.
Feel differently about me?
Yeah.
They just don't know me well enough. That's what it is. It's the appearance. All right, who don't I want to date my sister? Weatherly.
Why Weatherly?
Because he's ugly.
A nigga like me, man, I love the game. I love the hustle, man. I be feeling like one of them ball-playing niggas, you know? Like Bird, Magic, or something. Yeah, you know, a nigga got dough. A nigga could leave the league. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man?